Hello and welcome to They.Were.Heroes, Week 3. How's everybody doing?
Alright.
Good.
Alright.
Doing good.
So, if you notice, we got a couple of new faces today. Finally got those last... Actually? Kinda. Whatever. Finally got those spots filled up. So, yay! Finally to a full game. So, hopefully these guys don't die in the process of not having enough people. Now they're just...
you could just simply not throw
No.
stuff like that at it. Okay.
No, I couldn't. But, since we left on somewhat of a cliffhanger, and we're starting a little bit later than I would have liked, how about we just jump into this? So, why don't you guys start with last week's episode?
Why is this going dry like that? Damn.
Targeting you first.
Well, so last session we started it off with me being unconscious and poisoned. Sorry, let me talk in my actual voice. Hello, I am Sienna. Okay, so I was unconscious and poisoned. Well, not necessarily unconscious, 'cause I was very much aware of everything that was going on. I was just paralyzed.
Well, we
So,
did open up with me finding out that you were poisoned. And then Nobu trying to help.
Don't remind me, please.
Help me eat, apparently.
Yes, can we skip over
Attempted
that?
to suck out the poison,
Mm,
even being told multiple times that it was not a good idea.
mhm.
Then I eventually convinced him to get off of her, and Rust said she had some kind of way to deal with that poison.
Rust had some anti-venom. Because
Quote,
she has no
unquote.
magic. Wink.
Wink, wink. Aha! I get the joke.
But once Sienna got back up and we got on our feet, started moving, we attempted to brave the desert, but you don't want to go out there. Then we went further into the crevice.
Crevasse, yes.
Yes. And that damn Sphinx thing.
Yes, that was very weird. Noble tried to shoot a glass thing and it hit me in the head. I feel like Mr. Noble has something out for me. I don't know what I did. I don't know why he hates me so much.
I'm still confused that my holy light bounced off of it and finished the puzzle.
Yes, it did. Your holy light, yes. But yeah, to finish the puzzle, he opened the door, so we all went in to single file with me with the torch. We went through the hallway of rock, so we finally opened up to a bit of a clearing in the cave. It was filled
Don't
with sand.
gloss over the part where you just ran away to go check out some boxes.
Oh well, yes. I mean, but that was in the clearing. We went to the clearing, and then we went and we started looking around. There were lots of skeletons around, and boxes. So I thought, okay, I am an archaeologist. I am very thorough. Let me go over and see these boxes. The boxes were filled with rotten food. I also found some skulls. I picked up a skull and put it in my bag. So now I have a skull in my bag. But as I was doing that, Echo's voice was very loud, which is very ironic considering his name.
Yes, these statues seemed upset, and I tried to purify them, mend them, and I
Before
was
that,
successful.
you tried to have me
most of the
cut
time.
them, and then that hurt.
Most of the time I was successful, and then when I wasn't, they attacked me. When I was able to purify a couple of them, they kind of molded into their perfect form into arachnids with different facial expressions.
Arachnia, yes. Like specifically Arachnia. Arachnia is the race. The beastkin race.
Oh, I haven't heard of those, so I'll take your word on it.
Yeah, that's how that's how I just described it, Arachnia. Oh, I see. Sorry. My bad. Anyway, so yeah, that's happened. What else did we find? I found maps, some documents, concerning a very interesting.
We found some
Jake?
very interesting weapons that belong to the statues.
Yeah, I walked by and Nobu couldn't open this glass container. It was pretty funny. I laughed.
What a
Um,
weakling!
And then Rust
Okay.
came by and they finally opened it, and they were fighting over who was going to get which one. But then Rust figured out that they go to the statues. Sienna found this stat pillar thing that whenever we put the correct weapon at one of the statues, it would turn and go up or down depending on which one it was. But Rust seemed to know a little bit more about it. Rust?
Well, it was unfamiliar to me. Yeah. It was unfamiliar. I can't do the fucking voice. Whatever I'm trying to do. I'll speak normally for now. Russ didn't find the pillar itself familiar. It's just that the markings on the pillar were numbers in a language that only she could understand.
And Sienna just went crazy.
Yeah, meaning.
Yes, because this is these symbols. They have exactly been easily deciphered, and she just knows it out of the blue. This is very.
See, when like two symbols are exactly the same in a very specific order, it tends to mean numbers.
I see.
Like, That's 1, that's 10, that's 11, that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Just, it makes sense.
I got my eye on you.
But we sent Nobu out to with his long legs to go. Well, I found some gold and some other weapons. Sent Nobu out to put them in the corresponding places, and we must have done something right or very wrong, because now we heard all the shaking and the light is going dim and this thing appears.
Yeah, another thing is that apparently this temple was in reverence to a drowned god named Zarananok. It's yes, that is something.
Doesn't sound good.
So, where we last left off, the party seems to have their eyes on the encroaching darkness, the heavy sounds of footfalls followed by something scraping, ever present, to the point where they look out and just watch, like flickering candles, one brazier by the other, go out suddenly. Nobu and Rust currently moving to the forefront of the group and preparing for the worst, while Echo still searching through the riches found there to see if there's anything left to find the last puzzle, and Sienna caught between pulling their weapon or helping Echo, as all this seems to go on.
Yes, my name is Akko. I am the one.
Shh. He was giving me a good part.
So, what do you all do?
Nobu, he's going to. So, would I be able to tell where exactly this noise is coming from? Like, which direction? If.
Well, coming this way, there's only one direction to come in to this
Okay.
particular sanded area, so you can only assume it's heading this way.
Alright, is there, like, any outcroppings in the walls leading to this place, or,
A couple.
You have all the
couple.
knowledge of what you remembered going through here.
Okay, so Nobu, he's going to look at Rust, and he's going to say, "I think it would be best to set up an ambush just in case."
Sienna, quick, strike a torch.
Oh yeah, and Nobu's
Rust already
gonna
has a torch.
shift over here.
Yes, Sienna would begin to strike the torch with her tinderbox.
You already have the torch struck. You never
I
did
wasn't-
though.
Just
I was unsure if it was still up
yeah,
with
that's
her
fair.
maneuvering the place.
Mm-hmm.
Following Nobu's instructions, Rust is simply going to nod and walk into this little crevice to essentially pincer if something comes through. Nobu taking cover under the smaller outcropping and Rust in the larger one.
Do you guys... Where do you want me?
Well, you seem
Wait.
to be doing a lot of the spell work, so maybe you should stay back, and I will also stay back. Also
Isn't
right
this
here.
pretty far back?
Yes, I guess so. If you want to stay there, that's fine. I mean, like I'm here right now. I'm kind of hiding, even though I do have this torch. But you do you, Mr. Echo.
I guess if nothing happens in the immediate time, I'll start ritual casting Detect Magic.
Where are you ritually casting?
Detect Magic.
And how long will that take?
1 minute to cast.
Alright, so as you begin to cast that, Rust, do you keep your torch active?
No, actually, Rust is going to. I thought Rust handed the torch to Sienna. That's why she had a torch.
No, she had her own. You lit your own last week.
Okay. She'll leave it on the ground about there.
Ooh, paintbrush. Here we go. Oh boy, I can't believe I started this. Here we go. Aw. Okay, fine.
Okay. No further
Oh, there we
announcements
go.
to
That's
GM.
beautiful.
You know what? That works.
Was it just placed there, or was it thrown?
Rust put it. Oh.
Oh.
She cast it aside.
So with the torch shining light, before I go too far into that, at a different part of the cave, wiggling your way through the tight, almost fully caved in area, you start to see the two of you. An empty glass case that seems to be broken open, and then passing by in a very slow stance, a large, metallic-looking figure, currently moving towards the voices that you hear ringing throughout this cave.
Especially mine.
So,
It's loud.
Not talking to the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm.
so only Rust and Nobu can see this?
Not talking to the rest of the group. Talking to the
Right.
two people that are not with the rest of the group.
Correct.
Oh, he's talking to us. Okay. Well, that doesn't look good.
What?
That doesn't look good.
You think there are other Avengers in here?
Well, that or the dust has started to talk.
You think we have time to take this stuff up first?
Well, he doesn't seem to be walking this way, but I don't know that I'd push my luck there, darling.
Well, should probably follow it behind, make sure it doesn't kill anybody.
You sure you can keep quiet over there, Stone Boy?
No.
Didn't think so.
Oh, that's what I have you for.
Yeah, I suppose. Well,
Well, if you start to get caught, I'll make a distraction for you.
if I start to get caught, I think that thing's probably gonna rip my head off before I can get out. But, who knows? Alright, well, I guess I'll, try to follow behind it. And, stealth.
Yes, go ahead and make a stealth check.
That's
And-
the word I was waiting on.
You have half your movement worth of to move.
Okay.
So where would you like to go?
I guess for now, just right to here. Just stay a few feet behind him.
And
So,
then,
the unknown figure currently moves his way up towards the chair and ducks behind the table, attempting to obscure himself to the large metallic creature that seems to be just walking through this cave. Other named creature. What do you do?
I'm gonna actually hold my ready action to make sure if it starts to detect my friend here, to throw a dart at it or something to distract it.
All right. So, the sounds of the heavy footfalls continue, and the scraping of metal on dirt becomes heavily apparent. As from the darkness you watch a large, metallic-looking creature seemingly walk towards everybody out in the sandpit. Its step looking somewhat disjointed with each movement, and a large, black-looking sword currently scraping against the ground, haphazardly, as it stops and puts its head on a swivel. Nobu, I need you to make a stealth check.
Do I get any bonus for this since I'm hiding, or just normal?
Just normal.
Okay.
Was I able to finish my detect magic spell?
No.
Okay.
Order.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So as you have yourself pressed up against a rock as much as possible, you give off a couple of seconds where you look across the corner, just trying to peer at whatever the sound is that this thing is making. As you see, looking back at you, this creature of not immense proportions, but easily doubles your own look, or doubles your own size. And and it seems to be looking directly at you.
Nobu is just going to sigh and he's going to step aside. He's going to step out of the outcropping he was looking over, and he's going to say, "Well, jig is up, huh?"
In a painstaking voice, you hear it with a baritone, but for some reason you could tell it's wrong, say to you in a language you can't understand. But Rust,
Mute.
you hear, intruder, state reason for being here.
Before Dobu does anything, Russ just stiffens and then takes some steps out of the hiding place. And then says in the same in the same language, by the order of the Royal Guard, state thou name and fucking hell words. State thou name and rank.
Guardian Unit 756. Classification. Protection. State thy reason. As it seems to speak, you watch as its head seems to awkwardly tilt to the side every now and then. Everybody's still hearing this strange, unnatural-like voice coming from it. But at the same time, more... You can understand why, but it seems like it's more fluid coming from Russ speaking in the same strange language.
She knows something.
Rust shakes her head and then says, resource recovery. These creatures are... Now that being correct, because... Anyway. Yeah, she just says resource recovery.
Authoration. Corrupted. And as it seems to say that, it brings a hand up to its head, looking to... a lot like someone would to try to ease a headache, as the rest of you can see that. Its sword still held out to the side.
Mm-hmm. And you said Rust was also talking to it in the same language that it was talking to her, right?
Correct.
Cool, just making sure. Okay.
Is everything okay, Rust?
Shh, quiet now. This one's broken.
You're able to talk it down?
Is there any way to fix it? I mean, Mr. Echo has been using a spell that's been mending statues.
Nothing that big.
That will only work on stuff that ain't alive.
How
It's
do you know
around this.
that?
It's around this time. The other two, you keep moving, as you can see. Well, one of you at least can see, unless you're going to continue to move your character, Anthony.
I would like to move a little bit, but I don't know if Wells allowed.
Yes, you can. You start to see that this thing's seemingly having a conversation with an odd language that you don't seem to recognize or really can pinpoint anything that you're aware of. And for some reason seems to be putting its hand up to its head, and the stance of somebody like having a headache. But
I give a look at my friend, kind of give a shrug.
I kind of shrug back, and then
I just make sure I get my darts ready and I give him a thumbs up.
I'll go ahead and get one of my knives ready to throw.
Can I see these two behind the big statue?
can you see them on the map?
Yep.
What's your passive?
I mean, technically we can see a lot of people, but because like line of sight, I know I can't see Serena from here.
Sienna,
Sienna?
but yes.
Sorry.
What's your
That's
passive?
Like 10, 11.
So no, you do not see him.
Focusing on the big boy. Rust says again, stand down and return to last post.
Command authorized by Sapit Corrupt. As you see, like, red flickers starting to go over his eyes and gems that seem to be encrusted on his gauntlet and shoulder and forehead, though they seem to be going back and forth in between green and red.
I shall repeat, stand down. They have sustained damage and are not suitable to continue service. Turn to last post and stand down until repairs are provided.
Rust.
Was that?
It said
did I
Rust.
say that or did Alan
Yes,
say
that's
that?
me.
Okay.
I bet you know what's about to come. I need you to make a persuasion check.
Oh no.
As he's talking, I like to slowly creep up a little.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ah no.
That ain't.
Order under corrupt intruders.
It says that Russ turns around and says, okay, yeah, really broken. And
As
ready
Russ
for
says
weapons.
that, you watch as the creature's green frames on its strange-looking gems all of a sudden begin to turn a deep red.
I don't think that looks good.
I think that looks evil.
As Echo, it's around this time, your spell goes off, and this thing seems to shine with abundance radiance of magic beaming from it.
Alright. Let's see if I can find out what school of magic it is.
It'd be enchantment, wouldn't it?
There could be multiple types. I will find out in a second. 6.
Really have to roll Arcana for your tech
Yes.
magic? Huh.
Yep. To find out what school of magic and how many things are on them.
Powers just came with the spell. I'm gonna read that again.
It's not under Detect Magic, it's under Arcana.
So,
Oh, I see. Okay.
as you look at it, you can't seem to tell the difference between what you're looking at. You assume it has to be, at minimum, around 4 different kinds just on him itself, but you can't really pinpoint what's there.
Does the sword seem to have its own separate magic?
They all seem to be one identifying factor.
Interesting.
But, at this point, I need everyone to roll initiative.
Yay!
Yay!
How do?
Click
I was
token.
rolling good for that.
Wow.
Click initiative.
Okay, I clicked token. I don't have initiative.
It's on your character sheet.
It's not like how Requiem is set up. You have to go to your character sheet and click initiative.
Hey, I won.
11's not bad.
Uh huh.
That's not bad for either of us.
Hey, at least I'm before the Guardian, technically.
These are 2 really undexterous people in this party.
No, I just rolled a 20.
What, you?
Yeah.
You rolled a 20?
No, you
Might
don't
be
see
on
his.
the-
He's under.
Yeah, apparently it's still
to
on
GM
GM.
only.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he
Alright.
showed up on the turn tracker, so that's all that matters.
So, Slate, you go first.
But
You
I
watch
delay
as
my
this
turn.
thing have these gems on it glow red, and its confused stance seems to be wiped away as it brings its arm down and picks up its sword, going into what looks more like an offensive stance.
Well, I'm still going to delay because it hasn't actually done anything hostile yet. I don't know how delaying works here.
Yeah, you can still do your movement. And then you say what you're delaying for, like, I'm going to delay until he attacks, I'm going to delay until he moves.
I'm going to delay until he does a hostile action.
Alright, keep in mind, if it does do a hostile action, if you're not within range of whatever you want to do, it won't go off.
That's
Yep.
fine.
Alright. Sienna.
Well, I still have to
Okay.
move first, don't I?
So...
Yeah, you can-
That's what I was telling you to do. That's
Alright,
what I
so
was
just,
saying about your movement.
Yeah.
I'm gonna peek around. I forget it's an action to unholster my gun, correct?
It's free for the first weapon drawn.
Okay. So I'll take my free action to unholster the pistol, and then I will hold my... Was it action or turn or action? Right, I can hold my action.
Yes.
I remember this for D&D. I will hold my action until the Guardian makes a move to hurt someone, and it is within range of 30 feet at the very least. Yeah.
If it somehow gets within range.
Yeah.
You
So I guess
are
it's
allowed to
like-
do your movement.
Yeah, but
Sienna's
I don't want to get
scared.
anywhere
Yeah,
near. I don't want to get anywhere near there.
Understood.
So yeah, that's my turn.
Alright. The next, Rust.
Alright. Seeing the Eckward statue seemingly lose Rust, admittedly, feels a little bit sad and is just going to hope that after they beat it down, they'll be able to repair him or something like that. She is actually just going to step forward and take the dodge action, essentially preparing herself defensively,
Awesome.
and making it look like just walking close to the creature to say, hey, I'm up front right now, I'm your opponent. Still a little bit unwilling to hurt the only one of her kind she's seen since she woke up.
Alright. Nobu.
Nobu, he's going to, let's see. Alright. Yeah, he's gonna shimmy over here. And he's gonna beckon to the guardian statue, trying to get its attention. What would that be? Would that be a persuasion or intimidation?
It could be either or.
Okay, let's try intimidation.
Alright, what do you say?
I say, hey, we tried to be nice to you, but you're just a little too scary. How about you come over here and get your ass whooped?
Its head, something like a horror movie, just quickly jolts and turns to the point that you could have sworn like sparks seem to fly from the quick movement as its eyes seem to be locked onto you for a couple of seconds. Alright. Divari.
Could I get here and still be hidden from it?
You would take a heavy penalty to what you already made since you're not really hiding behind anything. I would say you have a -5 to the DC you set already with your hide check. If you end there, that is.
Yeah. I don't really see anything good to hide behind. Yeah, I suppose I could always go back to the table. Yeah. Crap. I'm going to, I'm just gonna move there for now. And, if it makes a threatening move, I'm gonna throw a dagger at it.
Alrighty. Echo.
So Sienna being a little pussy makes this hard for me. I'm going to...
Don't
Sorry
take
that I
that statement
understand that
under
I'm
counter
suspicious.
6.
Yeah.
Gonna move up a bit. Let's see. Oh, don't want to edit anything.
Pussy makes me
10,
really
20,
hard.
30, okay. I'm going to
Yeah.
cast Bless, which I will put in the chat so people can read it. Did it
Appreciate
happen?
if you click on the spell itself with this.
Ah, okay. The targets are going to be myself, Rust, and Nobu.
So go ahead and describe what it looks like in game.
I take out my cross necklace. I drop a drop of holy water on it. It shines a brilliant gold. And out loud, go, my friends. We can definitely take it down. I believe in you. And aura of brilliant gold surrounds all three of us.
Alright.
Good
So-
luck, you all.
You guys watch as this strange golden aura seems to envelop the two of you.
Well, they're familiar with it. I've done it before.
As you
This is
give
true.
Echo a nod. As you turn back to this guardian statue. Hopefully, with your non-hostility reaching it. As a guardian statue, with its free hand, raises it. Its red charm still glowing. As it says in that strange language that only Russ can understand. Incinerate.
Oh, fuck.
Well, I'm so glad this adds to saving throws as well.
So, Nobu, Rust, and Echo.
Oh, here it is.
This is why I stay back.
The fuck is this?
Wisdom, okay.
So the Guardian statue targets up to
Wisdom
3
save.
units. You need to make a 14 Wisdom save, or take
Interesting.
8 fire
And
damage.
you'll add a d4 to that.
No, you can.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Okay, I can't make
So-
it even if I do
Yeah,
it.
even if you did.
Uh,
Yeah, you only needed to make a 14, so it should be fine.
As this fire hits you, those that failed, which would be
Mhm.
Echo,
Echo.
you take 8 fire damage. Those that succeeded,
And my
you
speed
take
is
4.
halved.
And then Echo, your
Um,
speed is halved.
Technically, I'm
And
immune to this because I cast Construct.
Yes, you are.
but does it burn off for close?
Nope.
Damn it.
Just doesn't touch me.
So you watch as it holds out its arms, and then for some random reason, both Nobu and Echo, you begin to ignite into flames. Though Rush, you
And-
kind of stand there looking at yourself, as nothing seems to happen.
I imagine she knows exactly what this is.
And Echo concentration. You need to roll it for bless.
Yeah, make a Constitution saving throw.
With DC 10.
Yeah, you're fine.
You held on to the spell. But, Echo, you are halved in movement speed.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. As it holds out its arm and does this, you guys watch as you hear like screams of pain coming from the other side. Which, people that had held actions for a hostile action, this definitely was one.
Yes, but he's not within range. I will. Yeah, that's basically all I can do because I don't think I could use my action to move, right?
Mm.
I mean, for holding
specifically
an
said
action, I
within
can't.
30 feet
Yeah.
of yourself.
Exactly. So, yeah.
So just click the buttons.
If you're within range, yes.
Let's see what you got.
You're out of range, so you're at disadvantage.
It's 20 to 60.
Yes.
It's at
You can-
25.
So,
Yeah,
that
25.
20 foot? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. 20, that'd be 5 feet to 20. You roll naturally. 20 to 60 is disadvantage. Anything beyond 60 is an automatic miss.
Okay, so there's the second one.
And technically, keep in mind,
I kept track.
I know, but you're shooting through a statue right now. So keep in mind next time.
Oh, that's a statue?
Yes.
I thought that was a table.
Nope.
Alright.
Yeah, God forbid on a flat surface I misunderstand things.
He wasn't here for the thing last week.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I even allowed to hit it then? Okay.
I'll allow it this time. But 16? Actually, since he didn't know you were there, you would have advantage, so the 23 would hit.
No, okay.
Okay, so would that be the same with me then?
Correct.
Okay. So.
And then do we get the sneak attack then?
You don't have sneak attack.
Would I get the sneak attack then?
You have advantage on your rolls, so yes.
Oh, okay. Well, here's the dagger damage, and then.
Anytime you have advantage or an ally is within 5 feet of the target.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look on your character sheet, you can see that there's toggleable things that you can change for advantage or GM rolls or whatnot. You need to make sure you have those clicked.
Yeah, well, I assumed I was on normal.
Yeah, that's how I was.
Now I'm aware.
All good?
Alright, so you guys both attack it from behind. as Slate, you throw your dart into it, and Divari, you throw your dagger into it, as it sinks past its cloak and sinks straight into whatever its frame seems to be made into. But then you stop and look in somewhat abject horror as it just turns around, and the areas that you seem to hit seem to do nothing to it.
It's resistant to piercing damage.
Well, shit.
Diversify.
Slate, but it did turn its head and seems to have noticed the two of you now.
Oopsie.
No, that was the intent. Or at least my intent.
True.
Okay, so if I move inside of its attack range, can I still move freely inside of the attack range?
As long as you
provoking attack
don't
of opportunity?
exit its attack range, you do not provoke an attack of opportunity.
Alright. I'm going to move there.
Describe it.
Oh. You'll see a hefty height of a statue just run behind another statue. This comes charging forth. Seeing apparently how there are quite a few more people getting in there. He goes around to the left of it, hopefully to get his attention away from everyone else.
But it does not look like one of the arachnid statues that we've seen around the place.
No.
No. As I will attempt to punch it.
Nine does not hit.
And then I can use my bonus action to provide another one, I think.
Yes, you can.
Well, I have to check to see if I have to hit on that one.
No, you can just.
No, it's when you
as long
make
as you
an
make the
attack.
attack action.
Okay, cool.
Give us that flurry.
Or else you make two, but it costs a resource.
14 does not hit. So you can describe this. Well, you're technically hitting it, but its armor is
It's
so
just,
thick.
yeah, not doing anything.
Yeah, so you can describe this for your character.
That sounds about accurate. It's just wildly throwing punches, hopefully to distract it, but all it does is just tinking on its metal construct.
Is there anything else you want to do? Actually, no, that's your action and bonus
Yeah.
action. So, Sienna.
Okay, so
Billion miles away.
have I heard? Like, did I see the darts and the things hit the thing and the ting ting ting, or like, or
No.
okay? So I've only noticed the big statue coming around from the other big statue and then hitting it a couple
You
times.
notice it turn its head, and then another
Okay.
statue attack it.
Alrighty. So I'm going to move 20 feet forward. There. Here. Let's see, how far away is it from me now? Okay, I can still hit it with disadvantage. I will attempt to shoot it with my gun at disadvantage, since it is within 60 feet of me. And I believe pistol 90 feet actually. So yeah. No.
As you attempt to fire at it from this further range, but your bullet just flies wide.
Okay, so that did not work. That did not work at all. And I will move back 10 feet back. That'll be my entire movement. That'll be my turn.
All right, Russ.
At least you're still in range.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, if you're bloodied, to put a red token under your character.
Well, technically, Echo's on fire rather than bloodied. Now then,
Fire can
a
still
great
make